here's upgrade number 2. That was the badge. We're here to talk today about upgrade number 1. I did this almost immediately after I got the Durango, and it came because I was watching Tall Guy Car Reviews video, and I see him do a center exhaust delete on his Hellcat. So basically, I wanted to go ahead and do the same thing with my Durango, because I had looked up a Corsa exhaust and I had looked up Borla, and they wanted $1,500 and $1,200 for just a simple catback system, which is basically still you have no center muffler, and they have 2 resonators with bigger tips, still 2 1/4 inch exhaust, so there's really not much there in ways of performance gains. So because I wasn't sure I wanted to spend that much money on such a complete exhaust system on an everyday driver, worried about drone, worried about a few different things when you invest in an exhaust system, I went ahead and did the easiest, cheapest exhaust upgrade, and I think it's a must-do for any V8 Hemi motor, and I went ahead and did the center muffler delete. So what we did on this car was we took out the center suitcase. A lot of people call it the suitcase in the Mopar world. The suitcase is a huge 15-pound all metal piece that goes in the middle here. So as you can see there's our weld. We basically straight piped it, and I took it to an exhaust shop. If you can look here, they beveled the tip so that the pipe is in the pipe and welded, not just butted up against it or even coupled. So it's rolled on the inside, and the factory pipe was extended, and then it goes straight back out to the resonators. And we still have our cats under here. So we have the cats. You've seen the straight pipe, you've seen the bevel, you've seen basically the setup. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it looks like a factory deal. And basically, I'm gonna give you a sound of the result. Factory tip fits nicely in the closure, and then my guy went ahead and actually used the factory hangers and remounted them on the pipe that he installed, so that we are even using the stock factory hanger locations. So there's really small modification, and basically it was $150 at the shop. Let me give you some revs here. So that's what it sounds like when you rev it. Okay, music is muted. So the next question is, how does it drive? With some exhausts, you will get what's called internal drone on the exhaust, and you're driving at a certain idle in the car, and it sounds like a boom, boom. It almost sounds like a buzzing under the car, and it gets annoying if you're in the car for long periods of time. We have 0 drone with this setup. Because the pipes pass straight through, and we kept all the insulation and everything underneath the car the same, we didn't interfere with any of that stuff, there is no really intrusive sound into the car. So I'm gonna drive now. First, I'm gonna give you a driving with the windows and doors closed. The other night I gave you a cruising video, and you really couldn't hear with all the background wind noise, all the sounds. So alright, put it in sport mode. That's the other thing, when you put it in sport mode, the exhaust deepens up and you get able to that part of it. And that's just basically on the moderate throttle. Just sounds really healthy. Really, really solid. So we'll go ahead and go out this way. Oh, another beautiful day in the neighborhood. So, you know, from a performance standpoint, I don't think I got any extra horsepower or anything out of the vehicle. Maybe the car's breathing a little bit better. It's really just a pure sound upgrade, you know. So now I'll go ahead and put the windows down so we can get some sound here. There's this vet coming down the road here. And as you can hear, we're doing 30 miles an hour at 2,000 RPMs. And the wind, you probably won't be able to hear it over the wind, but there's very little to no sound from the vehicle. It almost sounds factory. What's also nice is when the car downshifts, you have a nice deep burble. You hear a little bit of a back pop. Let's go chase this guy. Yeah, so that was full throttle. You know, it's about half throttle in sport mode. So, yeah, and now we're back down in calm mode. Really don't hear any sound out of the vehicle. Everything's quiet. Second gear, about 20 miles an hour. And then when you're not on it, sounds like just a normal everyday car. Yeah, this is a car neighborhood. There's a lot of good cars. Part of the reasons why I purchased some of the properties that I invest in out here, just because I like the neighborhood. It's a minded people that I like. A lot of car nuts. You'll see people spending a couple of extra bucks on some packages, and that was for me, man. Yeah. And just like and subscribe. Write in the comments if you guys like to hear a little bit about my investment properties.